kind of had to let that go and be like, you know what? Not everybody's gonna like me, and that's okay. And that's kind of when you feel more free to just bring your own voice to things and your own. So I think I'm just gonna I'm trying to just cover all the questions I usually get. Like one of the other questions is like, did you guys take any influence from the original dub? And the answer is no, because they did the redub because they wanted it to be.
Oh, yeah,
Hi.
Hello.
Now it works. What time is it?
Time.
Yeah.
Test. Whoa.
Around 1.
Look at those Power Rangers in the back. I love it.
They look
love
amazing.
it.
You guys
You
look
guys
amazing.
look awesome.
Are you guys from this area? Just not yet? No.
No. Where do you live? Sign language.
A square and mountains. Okay.
Right. Yay.
Nice. Well, thank you all for coming to our little panel here in, where are we? Bristol, Virginia. Sorry. Tennessee, Virginia. Same thing, right?
No.
No, they're very serious about it. Look, and the order is in the house. Yeah.
Nice.
I love it.
Very cool. Say it again?
The state law means that technically we have 2 state governments.
You're right.
Also, drivers are better on one side than the other.
Really?
And which side is better? Is that what I'm starting, right?
Ours.
The Virginia side?
There's a different sales tax on each side too.
Is it drastic?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Not always serious, not serious.
Wow. Well,
Wow.
you guys are lucky. In California, we have like 9.25% tax rate.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. So, that's in Tennessee.
Okay.
I like you both.
Yeah.
So, I'm
None but love here.
equal opportunity person.
Not
So it's all
on the
good.
Bristol Motor Speedway.
The Bristol Motor Speedway, I didn't know they didn't have that. Is
I
that
googled that. I didn't know they had that.
You
Yeah,
did?
yeah. I was like 10 things to do, and that was one of the 10.
I mean, did you try Dr. Enough yet?
they gave us one today. Did you try it?
I did try it, and I had a Pal's Burger like 2 seconds ago.
I
Little
have,
junior cheeseburger.
and I have Pal's tea.
There you go.
So I heard the tea's amazing. So it is pretty good.
We're official Bristol, Virginia, Tennessee people.
Yes. All right, but we're here to talk about Power Rangers. Let's not get too lost.
Yeah.
So I guess we're doing. Is there a third microphone? You got it. So you're gonna run up and down the aisles if people have questions.
Yeah, like a madman.
Okay.
Yes. Get your steps.
So yeah, I mean Karen and I were on the Power Rangers. I was in the original cast. I'll be celebrating 25 years next year.
Woohoo! Power Rangers turns 25.
But the reality is that I'm celebrating 25 years right now this month because we filmed the original pilot in 1992 in October. So like it's scary to think back on all that. It's like, wow, I'm really old.
Does it feel like yesterday?
It really does.
It doesn't feel like it's been 25 years, does it?
Not at all. I can remember the first day of filming. Well, I can remember the whole audition process, first of all, leading up to that, but then I remember my first day of filming and how exciting it was to get to be a working actor. And to go to set and have a trailer and to go through makeup and wardrobe and you have to do rehearsals. So it was a good time. But yeah, it's hard to believe 25 years ago it started.
And NPR turns 25.
And
That's crazy.
It was called Dino Rangers when I filmed the pilot.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even, and when I auditioned it was called Phantoms. So it transitioned a lot.
I think they made a good choice. Power Rangers is a good name.
It's pretty crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about our theme song, it would not sound good as
Go,
Phantom.
go, Phantom Rangers.
Go Phantom Rangers or Dino.
Go,
There
go,
was-
Dino Ranger.
Go,
Yeah.
Dino Ranger.
They didn't let it go, right? They eventually picked
They
it up.
bring it all back, yeah.
You know what's so funny? The other day I was, I went, like, Aaron and Nakia and Kat, they talked me into going to Saban, yeah, and I had never been there, I don't know why. But I went up there and took a tour, and I met this woman, and she was like, what character were you? And I was Aisha, and she was like, that's my daughter. And her daughter was the namesake, yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. So of course we took pictures, and I video chatted with her, and I had to meet Aisha.
All right, so
I think the hours, I mean, it was just really long hours, and we were a non-union show, so it could be I mean, you could, like, we'd go in and it was dark outside, and we'd go home and it was dark outside. And there were a lot of times you would do a 12-hour day and you were like totally spent, and they were like, hey, we need you to go do ADR. And you'd go and have to do like 2 or 3 hours of voiceover. So it was just a lot of hard work in that sense, a lot of hard hours. And I think we enjoyed, oh yeah, let me work through. We enjoyed, I didn't do anything.
So I would have to go in my dressing room and look up the words in the dictionary to figure out what Billy was talking about. So that was all the hardest part for me, is trying to make what Billy was saying sound somewhat normal. But yeah, long hours as well. Tell me your first name.
Tanner.
Tanner.
Yes, sir.
It's very nice to meet you, Tanner. Great question.
Hello, this question is for Karan Ashley. I was just wondering, what effect did being African American have on being a Power Ranger in general?
I thought it was amazing. I mean, the beautiful thing about that and the beautiful thing about the show is that it was a multicultural cast. And we've had probably every nationality represented on the show. But I get a lot of girls, guys that come up to me, and Walter, the same thing, where they're like, you know, we'd never had a superhero before. And they're like, you know, it was so cool growing up and looking up to you and seeing you, and you look like me. Like, and so when you hear that, that just like shakes you to the core, because it's like, wow, like, I guess I just never thought about it, and I didn't think it would resonate with people like that. But that was like the thing that I loved about Power Rangers most. It was ahead of the curve. Like, everyone was a hero, and whether, you know, it was a nationality thing or whether it was a girls, you know, being able to save the world and girl power, whether it was a smart guy like saving us all the time, like, it was like everybody got to win on that show. So it was really cool.
Thank you.
It's Alex. Proud 90s kid. Power Rangers all the way.
Yes. Mighty Morphin or nothing.
I'm kind of a Zeo fan.
My question's for you, Karen. So you can see I'm wearing.
Yeah.
I asked Johnny back about a year ago.
Yeah.
About where you guys were at with the law.
Yeah.
But he said that was a question for you.
I know, they all send them to me. Like, I'll email everybody and say, this is how you can answer the question, and they still send them to me. We're currently in the process of negotiating a distribution deal. So once we get that cemented, we'll be ready to start filming. But yeah, I mean, we're anxious to get started. And if you guys don't know, it's a new movie called The Order that we're actually working on. I talked probably like 18 former Power Rangers, Bulk and Skull, so I shouldn't say just Power Rangers, but people from the series, yeah, the actors from Power Rangers, and to do an action movie. And we're super excited. David Fielding and myself, David Fielding is Zordon. We wrote the movie, and these guys we're all going to be starring, and we're not Power Rangers in this film. They're good guys and bad guys, and the bad guys are really bad. So, but no, it's super fun, and once we get that worked out, we're going to have more money towards the budget, but we'll also know where it's going to land. So whether it goes DVD or if it has a small theater run or it goes to Netflix, I don't know. We'll figure all that out. So yeah, stay tuned.
What was your name? Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Well, it's Power Ranger Zeo, not Zeo, Zeon. So we don't get confused. Like, they get enough incarnations of Power Rangers, so they want to add another.
Zeon will come next year.
It'll be next year.
Yeah, it'll happen.
So Power Ranger Zeo. I mean, I knew going into the season that they were going to make Billy the technical assistant advisor in the command center. So, I mean, it was just a choice creatively on the producer's end, and that was their choice. And then throughout the season, they teased that my character might become the Gold Ranger, which didn't happen.
Should have been.
Yeah, should have. But
Write him a letter. Like a stern letter, a stern email.
So I mean, it wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the greatest feeling, but you know, it's part of being an actor, and it's just things change, and they're moving the series forward, and that's just the way that it ended up. So it wasn't the end of the world, but it would have been nice to be the Gold Ranger.
Yes.
So that didn't happen. So here I am. So,
The
good
ultimate
question.
Blue Ranger.
The ultimate Blue
The
Ranger.
ultimate
Thank
The
you.
OG.
The OG.
Yes.
What was your name?
That's Garrett's mom.
Garrett's mom.
Hi, Garrett. Are you the Red Ranger? He's the new and improved Red Ranger. Power Ranger in training. I love it. Thank you for showing him. Thank you for showing him the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But you know what I heard? We were with Johnny recently, and I didn't realize because he said they were both doing it. Like it was like they kept just doing this. And he goes that they would go 1, 2, 3, and then do the flip. And he goes, I don't know what happened, but that time he was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he was like, and he just like watched him fall. And so the whole joke was Johnny was supposed to spot me, and he did not. Like we were like, and he just, oh, it was terrible. So if you notice in the movie when we're doing the rollerblading, you don't see Jason Frank's face that often because that was like when we were shooting that portion.
But that's because Jason can't rollerblade.
That was true.
This guy,
That's true.
I was like, I've
For him to
been
be
so,
so
I was
athletic.
so embarrassed for him
Yes.
because he's like one of the most athletic guys I've ever met. And I would think rollerblading is not that
He's like-
difficult, but he was the weirdest rollerblader I've ever seen in my life.
He was so scared to fall, and it was like he never roller skated as a kid. Like it was kind of weird. You're right.
So he was always in the back.
It
Like,
all
if you ever
comes back.
see the group things, and it's really sometimes there's a few stunt people doing the sequences, but a lot of the time it was us. You will always see him in the back because he's like
He's like Thumbelina.
he's pretty crazy.
We got to rehearse. Like we actually had like a week where we would just go and rollerblade for hours, and he was like
He was the worst.
Terrible.
He was really embarrassing.
terrible.
Like as a man, I was like, dude, like fuck up, act like a guy.
Get some balance. Where's your
What
equilibrium?
is going on? Yeah,
I
that was.
forgot about that. See, you guys jogged my memory. It's like, it's so weird because there are times that I'll see like footage or you guys will tell a story and it's like, what do you remember 23 years ago? Like, what do you, I mean, can you remember anything? It's like you don't remember. And I've seen an episode and I was like, I don't even remember saying that, doing that, but it's just out of body experience. So, good question.
What was your name?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. I'm sorry
Lindsay.
we went off on a tangent
I know,
there.
right?
Sorry. Lindsay, are you an SEY or AEY?
S-E-Y.
Okay, good choice.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Me so much. I'm like, you got Kimberly and Tommy to be in this movie, and they're just like holding up a phone. Like, I wanted them to have a part. Like, they should have said something, or you know, I just felt like it should have been more meaningful for no other reason than for you guys, because it's so sentimental. But they're not a sentimental bunch. Like, you guys have to write them and write them and write them and tell them. You know, I could have totally opened the door and been Billy's mom. Like, who is she? Who is that actress? I'm sure she's talented, but I mean, literally, I could pick parts for everybody, and it would have just added that extra layer of nostalgia for you guys. So,
Tell us your name. Luke.
good questions, Luke. See, he delivered.
I am your father.